Kim Kardashian just sat down with Call Her Daddy, and what she revealed? Absolutely jaw-dropping. From her messy divorce with Kanye West to co-parenting drama that'll make your head spin. From a controversial Justin Bieber photo shoot that still haunts her to the truth about her relationship with Kourtney. This interview exposed it all. And the internet, it's in complete chaos. Let's break down every shocking moment. Let's talk about Kanye, their relationship, their divorce. It's been playing out for the entire world to see, and it hasn't been pretty. Kanye's gone on online rants. He's targeted the Kardashian family over and over again. He's made wild accusations. He once claimed Kim kept him away from a birthday party for one of their kids. But Kim, she's finally speaking her truth. She says she tried to be supportive throughout their entire marriage. If you watched Kanye's documentary, you saw it. Kim looked like the caring, devoted wife, standing by his side through everything. But here's the breaking point, the main issue that tore them apart. Kanye's refusal to take medication. It affected everything, their marriage, their family, their future. Kim says it became impossible to navigate. She found it incredibly hard to leave the relationship. But what hurt her most? How he spoke about her family, how he disrespected the people she loves.
But I think that it just, when someone isn't willing to make changes that I think would be super healthy and beneficial, it makes it really hard to continue on in a relationship that can be toxic. A lot of stuff would happen around my family. So it was really hard to see my family get treated one way and then me being like, I'm sorry guys, and then stick with it. When you have kids, it's definitely harder to leave than it is to stay. And it changes everyone's life and forever, so you really have to take your time and wait and see if there'll be changes. But once you get to a place where you feel like it's not gonna change or get better, then you have to make some serious choices on what you're gonna do. And that's a really hard reality to face,
And here's where it gets even darker. Kim opened up about Kanye's instability during their marriage. He would publicly air their private matters, things that should have stayed behind closed doors. He blasted them online for millions to see. He made it clear he disliked Kris Jenner, Kim's own mother, the woman who built their empire. But it wasn't just emotional chaos. Kanye made massive financial decisions without consulting Kim, decisions that affected their family, their future, their children, and she had no say in it. Imagine being married to someone who acts like you don't exist when it comes to the biggest decisions of your life. That's what Kim was living through.
Feeling of someone being maybe talking bad about, my kids' grandmother, aunts, all of those feelings. If someone feels that way, then, we shouldn't be together. Maybe airing out a lot of stuff, a lot of personal stuff. Just not feeling safe, not even physically, just maybe emotionally or even, financially. I mean, I would come home and we had 5 Lamborghinis and I'd come home and they'd all be gone, if he was in an episode, and I'd be like, oh wait, where's all our cars? My new car. And it would be like, oh, he gave them away to all of his friends. And then I'd be like, huh, okay. And then I'd come home again and at a different point we had, 5 more Lamborghinis, and then I'd wake up in another episode and they'd all be gone again. And that time I was like, keep them, guys. I don't know what to say, but I never felt like I didn't know, what you're gonna get when you wake up, and that's a really unsettling feeling.
Now let's talk about the kids. Kim revealed something that shocked everyone. She has the kids full time. But here's what people don't understand. She doesn't stop Kanye from seeing his children. In fact, she encourages it. She wants her kids to have a strong bond with their dad, just like she had with her own father. She's doing everything in her power to make that happen. But Kanye, he portrays it differently online. He acts like Kim is keeping the kids away from him, like she's the villain in this story. Kim set the record straight. That narrative, it's completely false. He just hasn't reached out in months. Let that sink in.
It's not easy. But I mean, I raise the kids, full time. They live with me, and I welcome a great, healthy relationship with my kids and their dad. And I think, he knows that. I push for it all the time, but I also protect them when, it's time for that, and it goes in waves and phases.
When was the last time Kanye saw the kids?
Whenever he'll call for them and ask. It's probably been a couple months since we've heard from him.
So how does Kim handle her kids' disappointment when their dad doesn't show up? She was asked this directly, and her answer was heartbreaking. She said the kids understand their dad's lifestyle. They know how he lives. They know his patterns. And Kim? She tries her best to maintain a schedule, to give them stability, to be the constant they can rely on.
They always knew that he had a big life traveling before and was always on tour and all of that. So it's and that he lives in different countries all the time and loves to live all over the place. So, we manage it really well. Like they love like their life and their routine and their schedule. And I think just their job as their mom is just to make sure that they stick to their routine and they're healthy and happy. And, look, it's not easy no matter what, co-parenting with anyone.
She denied the narrative one more time. She's not keeping them from Kanye. She never has. Remember that birthday party drama? The one Kanye claimed he wasn't invited to? Kim explained it. Kanye wasn't invited because he said he was throwing his own party.
The one thing that just gets me is that there's this narrative that, like, I keep the kids. I've never once, away from him. I've never once done that. There's been so many times where I've been like, I just want to show all of these texts. What are you talking about? Like, it's been, we just haven't heard. I begged them, to go hang out or things like that. And if I spoke out about it and rebutted it, I'm just not that girl online that's going to fight back and be like, wait a minute. Your assistant and you said you wanted a whole different birthday party, and you said your party's at 4, so we did ours at noon, and now you're going online saying that I'm it's just a totally different narrative than what the reality is, and that just really sucks.
He told her he had his own plans, so she moved forward with hers. But of course, Kanye twisted it, made it seem like he was left out. Like Kim was shutting him down. The truth? He chose not to be there. Here's something rare, something you don't see often. People actually sympathize with Kim in this situation. Let's be real. Kim Kardashian isn't exactly everyone's favorite person. People love to hate her, love to criticize her, love to tear her down. But when it comes to Kanye, the public feels bad for her. This is one of the few times people look at Kim and think, she's been through too much. She's endured public humiliation, relentless attacks, co-parenting nightmares, and she's still showing up for her kids every single day. That earns respect, even from people who can't stand her. But not everyone's on Kim's side. She addressed backlash over North, her oldest daughter, and people have had a lot to say. Critics slammed North for dressing too mature, for having a piercing, for acting out. They called her spoiled, bratty, out of control. Kim shut it down. She said she's just navigating the preteen phase. That's it. North is a kid figuring things out, and Kim asked people to show some grace, some understanding. She also tackled the problem child narrative, the idea that North is difficult, rebellious, impossible to handle. Kim said that's exaggerated. North is a good kid. She listens to her. Yes, she has personality. Yes, she's expressive, but she's not the nightmare people make her out to be. It's just a mother defending her daughter. And honestly, she has every right to. Now here's something that confused everyone. Kim said she and Kourtney are extremely close. Closer than people think, but the show? It doesn't reflect that at all. The Kardashians constantly portrays them as distant, feuding, barely speaking, and Kim is frustrated by it. But here's the weird part. They have editing control. They could change that narrative anytime they want. So why don't they? Some speculate it's for drama, to keep the show interesting, to give viewers a storyline they can latch onto. Maybe Kim and Kourtney are sacrificing their real relationship for ratings. Or maybe the truth is more complicated than either of them will admit. Okay, this one's a big one. Kim brought up an old photo shoot she did with Justin Bieber, and people couldn't believe she actually addressed it. She admitted she felt uncomfortable during the shoot. The age gap was major. Justin was young, way too young. Kim said it felt wrong. Like something she shouldn't have done, like a mistake she couldn't take back. And the internet? They agreed. People called it inappropriate, disturbing, creepy. The topic resurfaced recently amid the Diddy controversy. People started connecting dots. The Kardashians' closeness to Diddy, their obsession with Bieber, the strange dynamics in Hollywood and Kim. She looked back and said she realizes now how weird it was, that no one saw an issue at the time, that no one stopped her. But should someone have needed to stop her? That's where people got critical. Some said Kim should have known better. She was an adult. Justin was a teenager. Why didn't she push back? Kim explained she was young. She didn't see the issue back then. She was caught up in the moment, chasing opportunities. Chasing relevance, fans were shocked she even brought it up. Why mention something so controversial? Some think she wanted to get ahead of the narrative. People were already discussing it online, dragging her for it. So maybe she addressed it to subtly defend herself, to control the story before it spiraled. The host even speculated that Kim was chasing fame back then, that she agreed to the shoot because it would get attention. And Kim didn't really deny it. She admitted she didn't push back, even though she felt uncomfortable, and that says everything. So there you have it. Kim, Kardashians call her daddy interview raw, revealing, and absolutely loaded with drama. She opened up about Kanye, about co-parenting, about North, about Kourtney, about mistakes from her past. Some of it made us sympathize with her. Some of it made us question her choices. But one thing's for sure, this interview got people talking. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Kim's comments on Kanye and parenting? Do you believe her side of the story? What about North's upbringing? Is Kim doing enough? And that Justin Bieber photo shoot? Should she have known better? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.